What is drag clicking? We hear the term countless times and we see Minecraft YouTubers do it a lot, but how can you actually do the method yourself? In this video, I'm going to quickly summarize what drag clicking is and all the steps you're going to need to know to do it. Alright, so to keep it simple, the way that drag clicking works is your finger is creating mini vibrations that each register as a single click. So as you can see in the slow-mo here, each time the mouse button is bouncing up and down, it's registering as a single click. That's why drag clicking enables you to get crazy high CPS, because every single one of those little bounces is one click. So now let's get into the actual method. As I mentioned before, drag clicking occurs when your finger is vibrating across a surface. So what I'm demonstrating here is if you're dragging your finger across a table. As you can see, it's going to vibrate and kind of like jitter like that. That's what the drag clicking motion is. It's about lightly rolling your finger across the edge of your mouse. So as you can see in the slow-mo clip, my finger is vibrating across the table just like it was when I was actually drag clicking on the mouse. Now this right here is a big problem that a lot of people are probably doing when they're trying to learn to drag click. You're not trying to create friction by pressing hard on the mouse button. Again, the key to drag clicking is creating those little vibrations, so when you're pressing very hard, it's not going to make your hand jitter up and down. So instead, focus on lightly pressing your finger on the mouse button and just rolling it down the edge. As you can see here, I'm not pressing hard, I'm just barely touching my finger on the table and then rolling it down. And as you can see when I slow it down, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm just barely touching the mouse and rolling my finger down the edge. I'm not pressing hard at all. So I want to take this moment and explain something real quick. Drag clicking in and of itself is a technique. It's a method, right? It's something you can do. But I've gotten a few comments of people asking if they can drag click on like the Razer Death Adder V2 or all these other mice, and my answer is always yes. Like, drag clicking is possible on every single mouse. But I do understand that people are mainly asking if it registers CPS, and I always clarify that in my response, but for the most part, my point is drag clicking is a technique. It's something that you can do, and therefore every mouse is possible of doing it. It's just whether or not it can actually register that CPS. So here I'm just showcasing me drag clicking on the Razer Death Adder V2 to kind of prove that point again, that it's possible on every mouse, but this one specifically will not register the CPS. And that's just because of Razer's like software and their switches and everything. It's not really because the method isn't working. It's just because of how the mouse's software was set up. And so here I'm going to drag click on an office mouse. And again, I'm just lightly touching the mouse button. I'm not pressing hard. That's the key to this. You have to be lightly pressing the mouse button and just rolling your finger down the edge. It can work on any mouse, any surface. This one specifically kind of has like hard, heavy mouse buttons, so it's going to be kind of difficult for that to register sometimes. But if you, as you can see right here, like I'm pressing hard, there's just straight friction. It's not going to bounce at all. You want it to bounce because that's what's going to register the CPS. So again, this is the same technique. I'm just lightly rolling my finger down the edge of the mouse. I'm not pressing hard. No matter what surface you're going on, no matter what texture your mouse button has, you should still be able to drag click as long as you apply these rules. So to wrap things up here and make this very clear for you guys, all you need to do to drag click is lightly roll your finger down the edge of the mouse. That's it. As long as you're not pressing hard, your finger should vibrate across any mouse surface and it will drag click. I can't guarantee that it will register CPS, but I can guarantee that the technique itself will work. So that's going to wrap it up for this video. If you guys still have any questions about drag clicking, make sure to leave them down in the comment section down below. I'll try to reply to as many as I can. If you're interested in learning any other clicking methods, I have links to other tutorials that I've made in the past in the description below. But that's going to do it for this tutorial. Make sure you guys like or subscribe. Both of them really help me out. And I will see you guys all in the next video.